welcome back to another episode of The Lodge. Here, as usual, your host. But differently this time, I'm not joined by Oscar or Jamie. Instead, I have...
the beautiful Jessica.
Yeah.
The wife.
Who's another J, so it all works out. It's just the LJ podcast right now, or the JL, however you want to do it. But today's episode is going to be a little different. Instead of talking about the books like we've been talking about, or talk about the Primarchs and Imperium, we're not really talking about them at all. I mean, a little bit, but not really at all. We're going to jump way forward in the timeline, and about 10,000 years after the Horus Heresy. And we're going to talk about little guys called Genestealers.
They like little green guys. The little green guys that go me me me.
They're not little green guys. They go me 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 me. I mean, they do go me 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 me, but they're not green.
Okay.
They're usually purple. So a Genestealer is a Tyranid that is like an infiltrating Tyranid. All they really do is they sneak up on people or they sneak onto ships, and they kind of infect people with a little thing called ovipositor.
Do they like dark wash or light wash more? Are they kind of a boot cut or barrel cut person?
They don't wear jeans. They just steal them. It's to their collection. So they have this little thing, the little tongue thing called the ovipositor. They deliver a kiss with it, which mostly just stab people with it.
This is more sexual than most Warhammer things.
It is a little sexual, and
It's like very phallic. It's like, oh.
Well, it's like Alien, right? Like Xenomorphs. Yeah. So they stab people with it, and then they put the little buggies in their bloodstream, and then the people wake up and they go, "Oh, that was weird."
Are those tiny little spiders falling out of like
the newt sack?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna call it that.
It's just they're like little microorganisms.
Like little nanobots. Are
Kind of.
Tyranids the Zerg ones?
Yes, they're not Zerg. They came before Zerg, but yes.
Well, one's more successful than the other.
As Tyranids probably are. I think more people play Warhammer than StarCraft. It doesn't matter though, because so a Genestealer is different than a normal Tyranid, because a normal Tyranid, is a little the guy comes out and they're big bug people.
Blah.
Yeah, bang. And these guys are a little different.
Okay.
Because the whole thing is they're subtle and they sneak around and you never know they're there until it's too late. And they're kind of a very long game type thing. Most Tyranids will just attack a planet, eat up all the biomass, and then move on. These guys, they'll take maybe hundreds of years to do what they're doing. So yes. All right. So first, starting off, we talk about the kiss, which is this ovipositor that is underneath the tongue that they stab people with. So actually, a kiss, then we'll give them a little kissy on the lips, like a little meme with people, It's more just like they kind of go behind somebody, stab them with it, and then put their stuff in them, and the person...
Does it just like stay in them, or...?
No, it just stabs them, puts the little buggies in the bloodstream. It's like a proboscis.
Oh, it just looks like it comes off.
Well, that's like a model where they cut it off.
They've sliced it.
Yeah,
sliced it.
That's a medical model of it. So yeah, so they usually stab somebody with it, the thing, but the person doesn't know this. The person will wake up and like their neck will be a little red or something. Like, oh, that was weird.
Which Remember do you think drew that one?
Remembrancer? I don't know.
Yeah, do you think he was like, oh, I'm kind of into that?
I don't think so. I don't think he was. I think he was like, this is another horror that the universe is throwing at us. This is incredible.
I mean, you gotta be kind of into the horror, unless...
No, because what if
you're not into the horror, then you're not having a good time. The whole world is horror, then you gotta have a good time.
Also, what those buggies do as well is they rewrite DNA. So they're very...
does mRNA vaccine.
Yeah, so do vaccines, so think about that one. Yeah, so it's kind of like, they rewrite the DNA, and what that does is it's very subtle at first. They wouldn't even know what happened to you, and you wouldn't even know what happened your whole life after it happened. Okay. Because you don't change at all. So what happens next is they move to the next stage called the contagi stage.
Oh. And I bet they start looking weird.
They don't look any weird, actually.
What?
The only thing they feel is they want to just have babies.
And that's just
I want to make more of myself.
That's just like in your regular DNA code, though.
It's the cure to asexuality.
Oh my gosh, we could give it to the Primarchs and they could have like normal, well-adjusted lives.
No, because...
For like 5 seconds.
I don't think they can physically have children.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they have the parts. I mean, they might. I don't know.
Wait, but we could write it into our fan fiction.
Sure. Sure.
I want that. What's that one pairing that you do not like?
Gilliman in your brain. It's stupid.
They could get infected by Primarch. I mean, not Primarchs, Tyranids. And then they could get together. They go... And then, I mean, they would turn into...
Genestealers.
So
it'd be really bad.
But the moments before could be really messy. And that's what we're looking for.
Well, we'll get into it, but there's a lot of reasons why that can't happen.
Okay.
So, usually happens to humans. They got with it, and the person goes, and they wake up and they go, oh, I feel like I just took a rhino pill. Whoa.
What?
Wife, let's make babies now. And then they make a couple babies.
Okay.
And the babies are infected as well, because in the DNA.
2 babies only?
No, usually however many babies, they have like maybe 10.
Like 30, 40,
if they have the time,
60,
if they're not dying
100, a billion. I think...
You think they have a billion babies?
Maybe.
I mean, technically they do, right? Because think of it like a family tree, right? You have 4 kids, then your kids have the DNA in them.
And your kids have kids.
And they have 4 kids, and you have 16. And so it's multiplicative.
And then after that point, they all become like failed children. They don't do anything.
Except for having more babies.
None of them get married or anything.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they
all
die.
just become neats.
Yeah, they all become incels. I don't want to propagate the Genestealer gene.
I don't want to do it. This is your family value.
Dad is bright purple. This is your family value. No.
We've been doing this for generations.
Okay, so it's kind of like their little, this is old art. Kind of what they had going on.
They kind of look just like mini-figged Warhammer guys.
Oh yeah, this is the old art. This is from like the 80s. So this is like your first Genestealer guy. He's nothing weird about him. He's a blocky human.
He stands up.
Yeah. So, okay.
He's going to get you with that staff.
So also what the genetic rewrite does too is also puts the host in the psychic network.
And that's a good thing.
For them, yes. Mm-hmm. Because what it means is now it kind of overwrites their like thinking a little bit and makes them want to be totally loyal to any other Genestealer they may run into. Any other people who are infected. Because the last thing you want is Genestealers killing each other.
Genestealers killing other Genestealers. So how long are they in this contagion period? Is it like...
It's the first generation. The first victim is called the contagi.
Uh-huh.
And then it spreads to the next person, their kids, usually.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing you'd ever notice if something's wrong with this person is they're maybe a little bluish skin color. But it's like so bluish undertones. But like that, they could just be,
Yeah, I mean, they could just be really pale.
Exactly. Like you would have to do like a test to find it.
So are they becoming like Smurfish?
No, because they're any smaller, but it's more like, the silver people in like West Virginia that let's drink all the silver water and they turn purple or blue.
No, it is a bluish purple that they turn.
Again, not that blue, but like maybe like they look like they're a little silvery. Like you would need some silver, And also, it's totally possible on a death world
to
turn purple or blue because you do drink silver water. Yeah,
unrelated.
Yeah,
unrelated. Looking bad.
Exactly. Like you could kill that person like that was a Genestealer, but also most Imperium people don't even know Genestealers exist. Because it's such a rare thing to even hear about a Tyranid forget a Genestealer.
Feels like the dispersion of information is very limited in this universe.
Yes. Well, you don't want the people to know about the horrors of the universe because all you want them to do is work themselves to death.
Well, it sounds like the horrors of the universe just in like a localized capacity.
Yeah, so it's already bad enough. Forget telling them, hey, there's actually also like these giant bug things out there that are gonna eat your head, and you're like, oh. Oh, also there's chaos out there too that's gonna like turn you into like a flash table. Oh. Yeah. Go back to work now. It's like, no, you probably kill yourself.
I don't know. It sounds like it's fun to be a Genestealer.
It is for a little bit, but we'll move along here. So, like we talked about before, the Primarchs, Astartes cannot be affected by Genestealer viruses because they are so genetically already modified by like being a space marine that their like super immune system will just attack whatever gets in there. So it's not worth it to try to infect one of them.
Lame.
Now they can still be psychically influenced, Astartes, but they're mostly...
Yeah, they just haven't come out with the Genestealer that can do it. No. I bet they can. It's not like the Primarchs are changing their genes. The Genestealers are.
Well, Primarchs are the most genetically modified.
Yeah, but they're not continuously changing their genes.
I mean, no, but like their genes repair themselves like...
So it sounds like somebody's going to lose in the evolutionary arms race.
Sure. I mean, there's only 2 Primarchs that are still around that would be affected by it.
The
Gilliman or...
The Gilliman thing can happen.
It could, but it wouldn't.
He could kiss someone. He could have love.
He couldn't have love. He couldn't have love. He doesn't know what love feels like. His dad's dead.
Some people whose dad's dead can feel love.
Yeah. Well, it's not him. So, also, if you figure out if somebody is infected by a Genestealer, you could remove it. It's just not even worth the effort. you know, like they would have to be somebody so valuable that you would want to even spare the resources to do that. You'd rather just kill them if you do figure it out. So.
Yeah, but nobody would kill a Primarch because they'd be like, oh no, that's my awesome dad.
Well, you couldn't kill Primarch.
Unless it was another Primarch. It would have to be Primarch on Primarch violence.
True, except for one of them, the Primarch of the Night Lords, I forgot his name. He was killed by, I won't say a regular person, but he wasn't killed by a Primarch.
Did he just die of pneumonia or something?
He died of an assassin, but he let her kill him.
Oh. Because?
Because he was so depressed. Yeah.
It wasn't.
There was no love there. He hated his life so much.
There's no love and happiness in this universe.
No, not if the Emperor died.
After the Emperor died, it was all fricked up.
All fricked up all the time. It's all stinky and ugly. All right, so moving along, we're talking about the stages here. So we talked about the first one, which is the Contagii. They look normal, and they want to make a big family.
Okay.
It is the nuclear family. It is the
pro-life. Mm-hmm. It makes them pro-life.
Sure, I mean, basically, yeah. It become,
They become quiverful. I understand.
Yeah,
all right.
Basically, yep. So this isn't really counted among the four. There's 4 stages. The Contagii isn't counted among the 4 stages because this is just like the beginning stage. So the next one is the Pure Strain. Over time, Pure Strain turns into the Patriarch, which is kind of the Broodmind's like main guy.
They have a patriarch instead of a matriarch? Gross. These aren't cool bug people.
Here's a kind of a picture of the
bald ass.
Yeah, they're all bald. They don't grow hair anymore. That's also the side effect.
Well, everyone might be affected with it then, because like everyone in the Warhammer universe is bald.
That's not true. Sanguinius had luscious hair.
Bald. And they got like that back head. Like they got that where it going oblong.
Yeah, they got big craniums for the big thinking.
That guy in the back kind of reminds me of like he's wearing like an outfit like from like the original Dune.
I was gonna say, does he have a Dune-ness about him? Whoa, sci-fi stealing from Dune? Who would have thought?
Sci-fi stealing from other sci-fi?
Who would have thought? So the Pure Strain cannot pass as human. That's kind of what the guy in the back kind of looks like. So that guy in the back there with holding his little claw up.
Oh,
that's like a Pure
Strain. Back.
Yeah, way in the back. Holding his little claw up.
Yeah.
That's a Pure Strain. He cannot hide.
He's kind of the thinging.
Yeah, he would have to hide. They would hide underground, and he kind of does things in the background.
What are they in?
Like a cave.
It looks biological.
It could be. I mean, it's like a Tyranid thing, so it's always kind of semi-biological.
That's true.
So, the Pure Strain kind of hangs out underground and kind of is like the psychic link. But your first generation, your Malignaci, or your Acolyte hybrids, they look a little alienish, right? They have 3 to 4 arms, they have the pronounced features, and they also stay underground because they're so obviously alien. Mm-hmm. The second generation is the hybrids. They usually only have 3 arms though, and one has a little claw at the end. And they might be able to hide as humans.
Why? But 3 arms?
Because they're not fully evolved yet. Like they're like not fully evolved, but they're not.
Do they just like hide one of the arms?
Yeah, they might like cut it. They kind of. It's kind of like in Afro Samurai.
No, I'm thinking about. What's that one where the guy is in the chest and he's like. It's got Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Start the reactor, Quaid. That guy. Yeah. I forgot his name. Yeah, the Total Recall. I know what you're talking about.
Expand your mind.
Expand your mind. Yeah, sure. It could be something like that, right? Little 3-arm, little chest. I would say like the Vortigons, right? They have a little like chest arm.
What are the Vortigons?
From Half-Life.
I've never played Half-Life.
They go the Freeman,
Okay.
So, and but they're still like purplish, weirdish, and you're like, that's kind of an alien. But and the next one is the Neophyte hybrid, which is they're mostly humanoid. But they are still mutantish because they have ridged skulls, and they may or may not have an extra arm or claw. So like they're kind of like these guys. This guy in the front here with a knife. He's like one of those where it's like obviously alien, but kind of like if you look at him quickly, you might be like a weird mutant guy. You might have been born wrong. And your last one, your primacy. These guys look just like humans. It's basically this guy in the front here, with a little face tattoo. That's your 4th generation, or even like kind of like this guy right here.
Why do they look mostly just human though?
Because that's the most infiltration they can be. Because then they're like that guy can be a senator, or that guy can be a governor.
So after 4 generations, they look like normal humans again?
Yes, it kind of like returns to form. So the person who gets first infected makes a bunch of babies, and those babies make babies. But then the first guy who's infected starts changing off screen into like the patriarchal mutant thing, and then the babies get weird, and then it kind of like focuses in to be like returned to human form, so then they can like infiltrate the world that they're on, because you can't infiltrate the world if you look like an alien. Like you can look weird, but you can't look like an alien.
I just don't understand why they're all guys.
There's some women. Genestealers, just in this picture, they're all...
Women would make more sense.
Is there any women Genestealers on here? No. This guy, your 4th generation guy, right?
I guess.
Like, he looks weird, but he's not like... He could just be a mutant.
A guy could have more children with more women.
Yeah, like you could get like 3 women pregnant in 1 week.
Yeah.
So, but there are women Genestealers. Like if we're women, then they would have the DNA.
Yes.
So, it really is there's no...
And I guess being bald as a woman, it's not that...
It's not, yeah, it might be less attractive overall. But
I mean, like, I've seen the people in Warhammer Universe. I don't think we're going for attractiveness.
No, it's true. If you're Genestealer, you're kind of ugly. So, alright, so next you have, so your leader appears in your 4th generation.
Unless you're Sanguinius. He's so beautiful.
Or Fulgrim.
Nah, Sanguinius beats him.
Yeah, but Fulgrim's all about...
Yeah, it's because Sanguinius isn't trying. He's just like that.
That's true.
And Fulgrim's trying.
So this, at the 4th generation, is kind of where your leaders show up. Like your pack leader type people. So you have your mages and the primus.
Okay.
And the mages, so the mages is kind of like they're psychers basically. They're all about like if I pull up this picture here, this guy in the red might be a magus.
Okay.
And then you have your primus is kind of your war leader, who like, is more of a general, more of a combat guy. So, but the end of the cycle, the 5th generation, the reset of the cycle, is new pure strains appear, and which they the lores kind of switch back and forth on Genestealers. The old one was that the 4th generation hybrids can give birth to humans, hybrids, or pure strains, which also can reset the cycle. But in the newer lore is that each new 5th cycle spawns pure strains, restarting the infection. So the 4th generation was from the pure strains who can then affect more people, and then it resets the cycle. So every 4th generation it resets, basically. Okay. Some other weird ones you have.
But why do they do that?
I don't know. I think it's just because that's the way it works out.
Okay.
So some weird ones you have are a Kellermorph.
Kellermorph?
And a Kellermorph is a specific type of Genestealer. It's almost like a cowboy Genestealer.
It's awesome. Does he wear a little hat?
He does have a little. Hold on, let me pull up a picture of.
I'm very excited about this cowboy Genestealer.
They're kind of like folk heroes for the Genestealers.
I like that they have a culture.
They definitely have like their own stuff going on. So a Kellermorph.
You got 3 arm, and 2 of them have got guns.
Okay, all right, there we go. So a Kellermorph, that's kind of what they look like. They're like little cowboys. They got 3 arms, 3 guns, but they're obviously alien, right?
They're awesome.
They're 3rd or 4th generation usually, and they kind of kill important people. They're like assassins. Like they might wear a hood, go into a place, and shoot a governor in the face.
They're like that one alien thing in the 2nd Star Wars movie that tries to assassinate Padme, and then their face changes and they're like grotesque.
Yeah, sure. I don't remember that, but yeah.
Wait, you don't remember that?
I only remember the big worm.
Oh.
The weird assassin worm.
It's a very...
I mean, they're kind of like that, except their faces don't change. But yeah, they just basically are like these heroes of Genestealers. Where they like,
okay.
There's an evil governor that's trying to kill people, and he'll show up in a little hood and go shoot him, and then he'll like disappear. And like, wow, we saw awesome.
Gunslinger.
So they have things too. Like they have thermoceptive vision, so they have heat vision. They have heightened pheromonal senses and twitch fast neural responses. So they can, like, you're not going to beat one in a fight.
You're not going to beat me.
He can shoot faster than you. He can see better than you. He can hear better than you. Like, they're just really dangerous things. So they're just basically assassins. So you would tell them to go into a place where there's somebody you want to get rid of, some officer, some captain, some governor, some mayor, whatever you want. He'll go in there, he'll take care of it, and you'll never see him again.
How do they, like, operate in society? I guess they don't.
Well, think about a hive world, right? When you have trillions of people on one planet, these guys are going to slip around because you have so many people around, you don't even think about it. And you probably see some guy that kind of looks like this just because he was born next to like a lead factory. you know.
Born in the vats of acid that we produce.
Exactly. Like, everybody, it just sucks all the time, so you don't even think about it. And also, and if you're going to say something about it, and then somebody's like, I don't know what you're talking about, alien? There's no aliens here. And it's like, and all of a sudden you have a guy come over and be like, you talking about aliens? And then you get killed, because you shouldn't be talking about aliens. You should be working yourself to death.
See, they try to make the Genestealers and stuff sound bad, but at least you have, like, I don't know, there's just something a little bit better, a little bit more fun about being gene stolen than being, like, because you have, like, more of a purpose than get put in the bone grinder.
Kind of. And another one is called the locust, another variant. And a locust is your psychic.
I like the little... Wait, is he, like, an adherent to the Emperor, too? Because he's got the little tags on him.
So, kind of. So, we'll get into that in a second. But, so what's really interesting about the locust is that they're basically personal bodyguards or advisors, right? They work with maguses and primuses and other whatever. But they're also very, very dangerous. They'll stand there like a statue, not moving. Like, you think they're a statue. And that guy comes moves towards your primus, and he kills him in one quick...
I love the little tiny tail sticking out from behind, and then he has got 3 swords because he's got 3 eyes, but he's hiding them.
He's hiding his other arm. He only sees one hand. That's what I'm saying. Those are like tricky. So those are 4th generation. They usually have 2 swords. Sometimes they have the tail with the toxic stinger.
Hit you with that tail.
It's just they might even move at all. This hit you with the tail, or even a rod that can broadcast destabilizing signals to overwhelm close targets.
So are they like the protectors of like?
Your magus or your primus.
Okay.
So the locust is the eyes, ears, and the blade of the locust, of the magus.
Okay.
Also, they can amplify the magus' psychic influence. Next, we're going to talk about do they infect other species besides humans? Yes, they do.
Of course.
But it's a variable thing. Some genetics work, some don't. So one of the obvious one's a human. That's like your biggest one. They're gonna get them. They're gonna infect them. Whatever. We just talked about that. Next, we're gonna talk about orcs.
Wait, no, you didn't tell me why they got the tags though. Do they worship the emperor or not?
Yeah. So yes. I was gonna get to that a little later, but yes.
Well, we can talk about it later.
Well, let's talk about it a little bit. So they do worship a type of emperor.
Okay.
It's called the 3-armed emperor.
Oh, dude, he sounds cooler than the other emperor because he's got 1 extra arm.
Or the 4-armed emperor, depending on...
2 extra arms?
Your dad's got 4 arms. Mine only has 2. So, talk about orcs. Orc Genestealers.
Uh-huh.
So...
Well, it looks like they were successful on that one.
So, in the old lore, Genestealers could get orcs.
Uh-huh.
It was possible freebooters would get caught because, freebooter orcs they're orcs that kind of split off from, like, the big main pack of an orc group, and Genestealers could get them because they're not really...
Yeah, because orcs together strong.
Exactly. Since they're alone, they get got. But in the modern lore, it just doesn't work anymore. Because, one, orcs aren't really made of the same biological material as, like, a human is.
Well, they're fungi.
Exactly. So it is hard to infect something that doesn't have human cells or like animal cells versus plant cells.
And they sure are fun guys.
Oh. I'm kind of a fun guy. But the problem is when you have a bunch of orcs together and Genestealer gets one, he goes back, the orcs look at that orc and go, "You acting kind of funny," and they beat him to death. Because he's a little purplish. Orcs are green, they're not purple. What the heck?
You're not purple. I'm going to kill you.
You're dead now. Actually, you're going to die. Actually, you're dead. That orc's purple. Bash him to death with hammers. It's not. So Genestealers don't really mess with orcs anymore because like it's not worth the effort of like infecting one, and then it just gets killed. So they don't really infect them. The Tau, which I haven't in the channel, we haven't talked about the Tau at all. They come a little later.
I think it's pronounced the Tao.
No, because it's T-A-U. Well, T''A-U. So it's Tau.
No, I think it's the Tao.
No, I think it's the Dows. So the Tau can get hit as well. But the thing with the Tau is that they have kind of these very strict societal controls, and they keep track of each other because they're all about the greater good. They're communism, right? So
being about the greater good isn't communist.
No, but I'm saying they're a very communal society.
Oh, okay.
Like they all kind of there's not trillions of Tau like there are humans. So it's very easy to keep track of your family, your whatever. It's almost like a modern, not to say modern day human, but like it's a lot easier nowadays to keep track of your family in this planet than it would be in 10,000 years or 30,000 years when there is billions of people in one city.
Sure.
They may infect them, but then somebody like hey man, you look kind of weird, and then they would do some magical medicines, and they would fix them.
Oh, you can get fixed from Genestealers? I thought you just got and that was the end.
No, you could. As I said earlier, you could. It just takes a lot of effort.
Oh, okay.
And for most humans, if you're in a world with that many people, it's not worth the medical effort.
Yeah, they just
or they'll just kill you.
Throw you into the bone grinder.
Exactly, they'll throw you into the big furnace. That's below the planet. So yeah, they're also not very worth it to get either. Kroot can also be infected, and Kroot are kind of like these. They work with the Tau a lot. They're also different type of alien. They're kind of like reptilian people, but they also can smell it out when somebody's infected because it is like you smell different, and then they usually can cure it.
So wait, what are the Kroot again?
They're like, I haven't talked about them at all. They're. Let me pull pictures of Kroot here. They usually work with Tau. They usually work with Tau as like a group.
Okay.
Because Tau aren't afraid of working with other aliens. They kind of look like Abe's World guys. Oddworld.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, they kind of have like a.
I don't really like them.
They're kind of like a tribal thing going on. But one of the big things they're known for is they can eat things and smell things and like know exactly what they're looking for, exactly where it is.
Oh, they're like
super tasters.
D&D rangers. I know that there's an apple within 50 miles of me.
I know there's an orc within 50 miles of me, but I can't tell you where it is or when it is. But I just know it's something. I can detect it. Cool, that's very helpful. Me detecting good or evil. There's evil around here somewhere.
I think knowing that there's like a vampire within 10 miles of you might be important.
Yeah, but you don't know where.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like, cool. Is it the one we're looking for? Yeah, probably. Okay, great. So the crew can also be infected, but they can like taste the infection in a way because they're like super tasters. So they're just like, they can usually
It's like those dogs that can smell cancer.
Right. So Space Marines usually don't get infected because
they're too cool. Well, they're wearing all that armor. How are they gonna get
if they're sleeping, I guess. They sleep sometimes.
I think they sleep in their armor.
They don't. They take off their armor.
They take off their armor?
Yeah, they usually paint it or something. Or to like repair it. They usually, sometimes they walk around in their black
Fake
carapace.
fans.
See, look, the black carapace.
Wait, do they have just like a skin that's like not good?
No, they have a super skin.
Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah, it's a skin. It's a skin that goes under their normal skin. That's like a carbon fiber layer
under their skin.
Yes,
it's weird.
And when they put on their power armor, it like hooks into that skin.
Ugh.
And it makes them be able to use the power armor like
more easily.
Yeah, like they're wearing clothes. Because if a normal human wore power armor, it would be like you trying to use like a crane lift.
Do you like how this guy looks? He's like Bushido, like pants.
Samurai. It's a white scar. But yeah, so you could catch them like that if they're not wearing their armor for some reason. But they have such advanced physiology that the infections wouldn't kick in or last.
Are Primarchs like this too?
And also, Space Marines don't have kids. Most of them can't because they just don't have the ability like this.
The Emperor said, "You know what? I'm going to take that part out."
Basically, he's like, "I'm not going to use that. Instead, you're going to reproduce through your cells through
he said,
lab work, cloning
mitosis only."
Basically, no. The Primarchs have different organs than a Space Marine does, which we'll get into. I'll do an episode on that eventually about the different.
They don't have a carapace?
Not really, no, because they don't need it.
Huh.
So yes, you most likely wouldn't infect a Space Marine. It's just not worth the work. Now, let's say Space Marines are watching over a colony, and the colony of people are infected. That can be a real problem, because then you have to actually kill all those people as a Space Marine, which, depending on the type of Space Marine you are, might be bad.
I don't know. It seems like the Space Marines are kind of down for whatever.
They're down for whatever they're told to do. Next, we're going to talk about... So the first ever sighting of a Genestealer was the Ymgarl Genestealer. And the Ymgarl is this guy. In old lore, it was called the Ymgarl monster. Mm-hmm. And it was something they found on this like moon in the moons of Ymgarl, the planet. And they were like, what is this weird alien? Like, it's not like anything we've seen before. Those little mouth tendrils, the little chthonic thing they got going on there, they can eat memories with that. They eat people and then they get their memories by doing that. So it also helps them infiltrate as well.
Oh, so they steal genes and memories. So yes. they're just getting everything.
Exactly. In the original lore, they were a separate thing. Genestealers were a totally different thing. But now, over time, they've added them into the Tyranids.
The Genestealers were separate, or these guys were separate? Okay.
Genestealers were separate. They were called the Ymgarl monsters or whatever. But then they became, or Ymgarl Genestealers. But then they became a different arm of the Tyranids. So.
Yeah, do the rest of the Tyranids benefit by what the Genestealers are doing?
Yes. So you have, well, I'll get into that in a second. But you have, so they have different cults. So most of you hear Genestealer referred to as Genestealer cults because they form different cults on the planets they're on. Your most common one is your cult of the Four-Armed Emperor. which is kind of a mining cult. They love mining planets, hollowing them out, taking all the resources.
They yearn for the mines. Okay, yes.
And they were one of the first cults discovered. The Pauper Princes, which is about like martyrdom and mass faith. The Twisted Helix, which is about bioalchemy, gene tampering, and lab-spawned hybrids. The Bladed Cog, which is techno-syncretists with mechanicus trappings. So they worship the Omnissiah, basically.
What does techno-syncretist mean?
You're synchronized with technology.
Oh,
like they're like mechanicus.
They're like
Genestealers. Like, dude, I have a robot arm. Zoom, 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 zoom.
Yeah.
The Rusted Claw, which is itinerant ascetic road war cults. So they're very Mad Maxy.
Yeah, it sounds like it. They're like, they got to the planet and they're like, whoa, check out these cars.
And they're blowing each other up. The Hive cult is mass movement urban insurgents spreading across hive worlds.
Do you think they look at the edge and they're like, yep.
They open the lid and they go, look at that thing, huh? Listen to that baby purr. But yeah, those are the most common. There's a lot of other hive cults, but those are the most common six you see. So now we get to the end game. And the whole purpose of a Genestealer cult, besides, taking over a planet, is the Day of Ascension.
Sorry, I'm just thinking about Genestealer, looking at it, and he's like, well, seems like, the whole thing is cracked. So you're just, you could try to weld it back together, but...
I know a guy, but he's on a different planet. It's going to be a real... it's not going to be cheap, I tell you that much. Big old Genestealer head wearing like a hat. It's like that's on the top of his big head. That don't look good. It's like talking to a regular human. Yeah, so the Day of Ascension is the end game here. And after decades of infiltration, maybe 100 years, it is what they do is they all come out of the ground. They emerge.
Like cicadas.
Basically, yeah.
Wait, why were they in the ground?
Because they have to hide.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because a lot of them are ugly alien people. Some of them aren't. Some of them are human-ish looking, but a lot of them are like four-armed creatures that go...
Do they live forever after they become...
Genestealers?
Yeah.
They age. It's slow aging, but
once you become like the giant monster...
The Primarch?
Yeah.
The Primarch. No, yeah, Primarch. No, the Patriarch, I mean. They could die of old age. It would just take a very long time.
Okay.
As long as they, it wouldn't happen, probably.
So they're popping.
Yeah, they're just hanging out.
How long does this take?
This can take decades, maybe 100 years.
Okay.
It doesn't take too long. It's not. It's like 1,000 years later.
I'm actually surprised that they got through all those generations and such. Well, I guess they're having babies so much.
Yeah, think about it, right? You have 4 families that have 7 babies. That's already 28 babies.
No, I just mean if you're doing 4 generations in 100 years, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, even one child is 400.
Yeah.
So, and also they're not just mutant people. They're like people with clawed arms, poison tails, extremely fast. They're already just better than the humans around them.
I'm stronger than you. I'm faster than you.
So the Day of Ascension comes, they all burst out of the ground. Or they'll start doing things like they'll start killing the military on the planet, or they're killing some governors. They basically take over. It's a revolution, right? And then they light this psychic beacon. The Patriarch gets his big brain going, and his big juicy head starts giving off the psychic beacon, and which alerts a Tyranid hive fleet to start moving towards this planet where they're at. So, basically, a step-by-step process is, the broodmine shines the warp, and then the hive fleet enters the system slowly, and then the cult starts fighting the people on the planet, killing all the people who wouldn't join them or are fighting back. And at this, they've already done their work before that. The Kellermorph might have killed a governor who was cracking down on mutants, so they've already done the damage. So at this point, it's so easy to take over the planet. And then the Hive Fleet shows up, and they raise these capillary towers. And a capillary tower is this giant tube, like a feeding tube that strikes the planet. And they put a bunch of them on the planet, and they can start sucking all the biomass out of the planet.
Like boba straws.
Basically, they go, ooh, I'm choking.
And everyone's like, yay! Woo!
Hooray! Basically, they're yeah. What is it? What's that game when you win? They go, way, way.
Yay, yippee!
Woo,
Yay!
And they have these big biomass pools where they start throwing in biomass bodies, and they get liquefied and chucked up in their big boba straws. Defend and there's still some people alive, like Imperium people. They're like, you gotta find him, we gotta kill him. But it's just you can't. There's nothing you can do.
You failed.
You failed. It's already lost. It's already over. Idiot.
The infection is already.
Yeah. You lost 50 years ago. So And at the end of this, what happens is, if somehow they fail, like let's say all of a sudden the Space Marines hear about this planet, let's say it's a valuable planet. Mm-hmm. Like it's a hive world, but it makes these munitions or something like that. And they say, all right, sending the starters to sort this out. Then you could kill a Genestealer cult somehow. Mm-hmm. Because, they'll just blow up the planet, right? Whatever they need to do.
Mm-hmm. Nuke it from orbit, yeah.
Yeah. Or, most likely, this invasion succeeds. And what happens is, they'll destroy the biomass pools, and they all jump into these biomass pools, cannonball, and these big acid pools. But the problem is, once that happens, the synaptic link that they have to the hive mind that's telling them to do this is cut right before they hit the acid. So, and then a lot of them realize this before they die, is that, oh, I just did a real bad thing. And then you feel like all that shame and then embarrassment.
It's over quickly.
Yeah, within like a couple of seconds, you're like, oh no. Some actually lose the connection before they die and then start fighting back. Uh-huh. But usually they don't get very far. And that's kind of the whole end game, right? That's the whole thing. Is Genestealers show on a planet, infect the people.
What do they get out of the biomass?
Tyranids love biomass. They love eating biomass because it helps them grow, learn, and evolve.
Okay,
that's
they get
the whole thing.
They get like genes and memories and stuff like that out of it.
Yes, and that's basically the end of the Genestealers. Not the Genestealers, but like that's kind of their whole thing. They show up, infiltrate. A couple decades later, Hive Fleet shows up, sucks the planet dry of all its resources, and then leaves and does it again.
I mean, it sounds horrible, but like, is it that much different than what the humans are already experiencing?
And isn't that just the question, right?
Like,
what's
at
worse?
Least they are part of like a greater hive mind.
No, and that's the thing people don't understand is that in the 40K universe is that it just sucks all the time. Unless you are like a noble or you live on a pleasure world. Those
pleasure world.
Yeah, there are worlds that are like considered like vacation worlds because you have millions of human worlds. Not all of them suck. Some of them are actually like vacation worlds. Just like
Can you imagine Gilman wearing like a Hawaiian T-shirt over his armor.
He has a coconut.
This is great.
This is incredible. Unfortunately for Primarchs, they'll never have that because they have so much work they need to do. But like if you're like, let's say your grandfather was a governor of a planet and he made a lot of money off slavery.
Yeah.
And then you were born and he's like, hey, my son, here's 20 quadrillion credits.
There's huge stratification is what you're saying.
Exactly. It's super hierarchical.
Yeah.
Think about like a caste system, but even worse. Maybe we'll do an episode on that one day. But like most people, it's the worst thing ever. But for some people, it's actually not so bad.
Not so bad.
Like if a Genestealer came to
and for some, not so bad.
and for some of us, it's not as bad as it could be. But like if a Genestealer got to a pleasure world, then you'd be like, no, not the pleasure world.
No!
No, not Planet Hawaii, no.
No, not Disney World.
They're on Disney World, literally Disney World. It's a world that Disney took over. No.
Can you imagine the Reddit, the like Instagram, like TikTok
turn on the channel, doesn't matter what channel.
They got Disney World.
They got Disney World. They got the Disney World.
All the Disney Marines.
The Disney Marines, they all have the Mickey Mouse ears. There's a space marine with the Mickey Mouse ears. Huh?
The psychic demon made from Disney World being Gene stole and has all the spies.
All the grief. All the grief from the Disney World being taken over.
The Disney
turns into Disney chaos demons. It's the worst thing ever. Turn on the channel, turn on the TV, doesn't matter what channel. They took over the Disney World, it's over. I don't care, it doesn't matter anymore.
Do you think
I had a vacation there next week.
Do you think at Disney Space Marine World, the mascot is the Emperor?
Of course, it's like Walt Disney, but it's the Emperor.
But it's the Emperor.
Welcome to the Disney World.
You're like, wow, I love this authoritarian
And like,
place.
was it Magic Mountain is actually a mountain they carved into being a roller coaster.
Well, in Magic Mountain, there is like a 90% chance you're gonna die. Like at any of these places, there's like a 90% chance you're gonna die. It's just part of it. It's like cool and metal and awesome.
Yeah, all the Disney World Space Marines have little Mickey Mouse ears helmets, and they go, "I hope you have a good time." You know, and they have to be this tall to ride. It's like none of us are 8 feet tall. That's too bad.
It's too bad, and they get squanched.
Yeah, they get crushed by a cart that fell off the railroad track. Was it small world after all? It's like a
large universe after all.
It's a small universe after all, and it's just like a bunch of murals of the Emperor killing aliens. It's the most propaganda planet ever. But people love going. They love going. Actually, they made the record in sales this year.
Anyways, I think that's where the Genestealers should go next.
It's gonna be. I mean, they're already on the way. It is a zoom out. Everybody's happy on the Disney World. It zooms out. You see all the hive fleets moving towards it. Boom, boom, boom. But all right, well, that is the end of this episode with the Disney World Space Marines. And do you have any questions?
I don't think I have any questions as of yet. Wait, no, I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I was doing some editing for an episode, and I saw Genestealers in little lab coats, and they're like, these were the old Genestealers or something like that.
Yeah, so that was the cult I was telling you about that do like the lab work.
Okay,
you know?
those are the lab guys.
Those are the
lab techs?
Yeah, those are the Twisted Helix. They're very common, Genestealer. Okay. These wear the lab coat, and I go, exactly. But yes.
Okay. That makes a little bit of sense.
All right. Well, if that's all, then we'll wrap this one up.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.